Hello there, welcome to bitparade.co.uk's look at Ride. This is, as you can probably tell from that, a motorbike game that is it's by Milestone Interactive, and it's just come out the last couple of days on the PS4, the PS3 and the PC, or Steam. And it's weird because the press material we got over the last few weeks has all been quite heavy on mentioning the Xbox brand at the start, the Xbox 360, Xbox One, and then mentioning other platforms. It's to the point where you might assume that maybe there was some sort of tie-in there or something. Maybe a bit peculiar. It's not that big a game in terms of something Microsoft would go and chase, maybe. But yeah, so it was a bit surprising. We then got another email saying that the Xbox versions have been delayed, so the Xbox One and 360 version is I think about 2 weeks. I think they said by the middle of April. So if there is a problem, then better that they delay it and fix it than release a broken game. So this is main menu, World Tour, Quick Mode, Online, My Rider, which is well, you see I'm sat on a bench. As you can do things there like change your gear, and which I've tried doing, and there's supposed to be an achievement for it, but it never seems to work for me. So I don't know if I'm supposed to pick it and play a race with it, but so yeah, I've gone with I think that looks terrible, but hey, let's do it. So yeah, and profile you can see it gives you some speech about how how riders, you can usually tell who the rider is by the colour of the bike, colour of the helmet, that sort of stuff, but also their stance on the bike, and so you can alter yours to how you lean into corners and stuff like that. So we're gonna go to the World Tour mode, and so let me just brace you for this. Load times are fairly long, so I apologise, but I want to show you some stuff inside the game because there's quite a lot of content. But we're actually going to go to Elite Trophies once I get out of here. So there's World Tour events, which is where I've spent most of my time, and World Ranking, which we will come back to. My bikes, customised bike, dealership, blah, 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 many of my rider teammates. Because there's team events, and the better you do, and particularly if you do the Elite Trophies, you get to pick a teammate, or you get given a teammate. You have to go in here to select them, because it won't just give you the best one. You'll end up in a team race with the worst, like I was when I started playing this game. Yeah, also, like I say, I'm not very good at motorbike games, and yeah. So here we go. This is so there's loads of different types of bikes. So they're just sort of basic bikes, and you got the super sports, historic super bikes, modern super bikes, pro circuit, blah blah blah. And if you go into, so this is one that I've done quite a lot of. I've done all of it. So you've got the European super sports. So I've got 4 out of 5 gold on these, but I might have a silver on one of them. So yeah, the drag race basically. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. This one I don't think I finished. This is one I'm working through at the minute. So yeah, like I said, I'm not, despite all those gold medals, I'm not great at this game. I'm not a racing game fan. I really like Dirt, and this follows some of that with the racing line and how that works and things. And at the same time, like I said, I liked the MotoGP game, which I think was maybe 2013 that we got sent. I enjoyed that. But I'm not great at them, and so I'm playing on the easiest setting, and I've tried the semi-pro level and was struggling a bit, so I dropped it down. Made a lot more progress as soon as I dropped it down, just instantly, but still, even at that level, it's not like something like Dirt, I guess, where you would. I was talking to a friend last night how you would maybe use other cars to slow you down. Instead of braking for the corner, you slow down a little bit, but you know you're going to land against another car, which will slow you down quicker than your brakes will. So you can't really do that on a motorbike. So this is the world ranking. and you see I'm Milestone, proper sort of motorbike rider name. You start off at like 300, I think it is, and the more you race, the higher you go. At certain points, and this is why I'm showing you this now, so I'm at level 13, or 13th in the world, I am now able to access an elite trophy. So I've done, that's it, I think, maybe 260 or something, and so on and so on. So you end up at the point where I am now, which is, so I need to be number 1 in the world for this. I need to be number 20. So this is what I'm going to go and do. That is the super hang-on bike, I think. Which would be nice if we got that. If you win, if you do it, then you get to choose a bike. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if I need to buy a bike for this. It did tell me. No, yeah, okay, so I need to buy a bike, which is a bit stupid, I guess, but maybe the point is to buy lots of bikes. And so yeah, it's I don't know. It seems like maybe you get to pick a bike, and then if you win, you get to keep it. Seems like a good way to do, because then you've got the bike there in front of you. But so I need to purchase a bike. I've got the blue bar at the top of the screen, top right, is the credits. I've got plenty of credits, so I get to buy something. So look at that. I might have to buy that, because that's the only thing it's not got is full braking power, and we're gonna fix that. Same with that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I'm trying to BMW there, so I might do that. So yeah, these are ridiculously powerful bikes. I get the feeling that might backfire on me for trying to record whilst playing this one. I used the Kawasaki before. It was a good bike. So yeah, one of the things that let's see which one was better. So we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with the BMW, and we're gonna we'll buy it, and then don't want to set it as my default one yet, but we're now gonna customize. So you might get a bit of a spiel. Oh right, okay, all I could do is change the oil on this bike. So I've increased the oil, which for 200 credits. Usually this wasn't the best one to pick, but usually you see how it's got. Sorry, so you've got engine there. There'll be suspension, brakes, and appearance, and tyres, I think. And they'll all level up your handling and brakes and acceleration and top speed. And even if you're going to engine here, there'll be like an air filter and things like that to pick, and they'll all affect top speed and acceleration and that. These bikes are obviously so ridiculously powerful that they've just gone, you don't need to level this up. Look, just accept it. This is faster than you'll ever need. I don't know why that's weirdly zoomed in, that image at the bottom. It's usually a picture of the bike. It seems like they've maybe forgot to put the condensed JPEG in, the small version of it, which, I manage a website for a living. I sympathise with them. The individual bikes, I've seen it said that maybe you don't feel a difference hugely, but I think you do between classes. So if you go to the naked bikes at the start, which are quite low powered, something like this, you will not be able to control something like this. It's ridiculous, even on like easy settings. It's incredibly easy to flip the bike out, lose it on the back end, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. Like I said, the loading times are fairly horrendous. You get a bit of text to read, but I don't really. So yeah, we'll be here a while. And what it does that's weird is it loads, and it loads like a picture of the bike. So you're already looking at a picture of the bike. Loads another one. You press X and it loads again. It's strange, but yeah. So see, very strange. But now we'll be into the race fairly quick once that initial load is done, which I presumably is the track, and I don't know what this bit is, but yeah. So the game looks okay. I don't think it looks bad. It runs smooth. I think it runs at 60, but I could be corrected. I'm disappointed the guy that's usually stood behind you isn't there, because the character models are pretty poor. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't think jeans would be enough on this bike, to be honest, but hey, Let's. So you have a rewind function, which you may well see me use. So I've never driven a bike this fast on this game before. How do I say play, even rename is? So that is one of my one of my issues with the game is the AI don't half get in the way, because when we're on bikes, you know, it's really difficult to pass sometimes. But equally, it's the corners where you make the most time, because quite often they seem to be on faster bikes. It doesn't look like it on this one. You can see that they're right behind me, judging by the weird thing behind me. They're like chevrons. Yes. Oh. So you see, I almost lost the back end there. You actually get quite good feedback from the controller on that. You get a little pulse of the controller that tells you, like, look, you're, you know, it doesn't do it all the time. It's not braking. Sorry, just when I'm braking, it's not. I'm not getting any vibration. So it's sort of, it's a good warning. So apologies, I'm not a bit cold. So yeah, like I say, it doesn't look amazing, but if you're looking, I mean, you're looking slightly ahead of your rider, it's, I know that the trees don't look anything special, but a little surprising to get a penalty for that. So yeah, like I say, talking and playing is not the easiest thing on this. I'm usually a little cleaner on corners like that, but I've never ridden this bike before. I don't know how much power to get on, how much power I can take in. The bike that I've been using, which is an Italian F14. I know how much speed I can take on that. And on that, I would have usually left people. Once I get ahead, I'm usually leaving people behind, but not so much on this one. You can see that. So you might get to see it. The AI don't really respect you. They're quite happy for you to die, and will, if they feel the need, they'll just plough into the side of you as you turn. Oh, there's some stuff in here. So yeah, what I've found is, okay, let's rewind. Shouldn't have started talking halfway around the corner. So what I've found is that you learn, or you have to learn, that you don't do all or nothing. It's not hammer the brake, hammer the accelerator, because the bike will lift off the ground and things, even on the basic physics, you know, the beginner physics. It doesn't want you to do that. You're supposed to ease in. You're supposed to feather the brake, feather the accelerator. So you slow down and then you can hammer on the brake. And just sort of use it. You've got analog triggers. Use that you've got analog triggers. It seems to be the way the. Well, certainly, it seems to be how I've sort of made progress in the game. Fuck. So you do get some quite good animations when you mess up, and I don't mean the crashes necessarily. I mean like you're driver will maybe put a foot down or will shift his weight. Yeah, they've gone to town with that. It's not just. There's more, you know. You don't see it a lot, but it's whenever you see it, you kind of like, okay, that's, you know, I hadn't seen that one before, so they've done a few of them. I feel like there could be more tracks, but then at the same time, this track doesn't seem particularly. I don't know that I've played it before. I probably have, but it might be a variant on something that I've played. And there's one I hadn't really had a lot of time. I hadn't seen until the other night, last night, and like 4 of my last 5 races were on this track. I think it's Miami. It's got really sharp corners and things. I'm not sure I particularly like it. But yeah, I hadn't seen that at all, and then I was on the superbike thing that I was showing you before, and yeah. Ooh. So I sort of shouldn't use rewind there. I feel a bit like I should just be accepting. But yeah, I messed that up. But you know. So I've not quite pulled away on this one, possibly because I messed it up. Oh, we go on that. So you get quite sharp penalties for cutting corners and things, which is something that it's a bit of an issue I have with the game. Not a huge issue, but the AI don't make enough mistakes. If the AI gets out in front, you have to capture them up. They're not going to brake late, they're not going to mess it up. I have seen AI riders come off, but it's been when they're in traffic and you know, they've been clipped, the AI's maybe not kept up with itself. Shit. Yeah. Rewind. Talking and playing a motorbike game is not the way to go. I kind of panicked because I know they're right behind me. You see that icon is pretty good at letting you know how close they are. Like it's starting to fade, so I pulled away a bit. Yeah, like I said, I've been a bit sloppy. I apologise for that, but it's entirely because I'm playing and talking. But that was, it's more difficult, ridiculously fast bikes, but as you can see, I'm very close to climbing the tree, so I've got a new teammate, I've got a reputation, I've got a BMW fan badge, yes, that's what I've always wanted. And yeah, so again, you get the kind of loading times, which we'll see in a second, but yeah, there's been races I've been winning where I've been winning by like 40 seconds, which you kind of like, okay, well I should maybe up the difficulty a bit, but then the next race will be a time trial and you get bronze, you scrape a bronze or something like that, and I've started to actually do a bit better and get gold on those, but yeah, it kind of seems to depend on what bike you've got. Like, there are certain bikes that are better for certain situations, which is obvious when you say that, but if you have a track with a long straight and you're riding something without much top speed, you know, you might enjoy that bike, you might like the bike, it might be great against other riders because you can overtake them on the corners or coming out of the corners, you can get on the acceleration because that bike's got good acceleration and good handling and good braking, and you can make the most of that. But on a time trial, you know, with a long straight, you're just losing time because there isn't any traffic to pass. So, you know, you'd be better with a higher top speed and just dealing with the corners as you deal with them. So yeah, it's okay. Which one do we want? So that's a pre-modern superbike, and that's the Pro Circuit. I don't know that we've got a Pro Circuit one, or is that BMW that I've got a Pro Circuit one? Is she attached to the bike? The mermaid? No, surely not. But yeah, so I don't know which one to pick. I don't know if it matters. But we can level this one up, I think, possibly. Yeah, whatever. I've got plenty of money, so basically, I think the idea is to collect as many bikes as you can, level them up and things. So yeah, I'm 8 in the world now. If I go and do another couple of races, which, how long has this been recording? recording for, because I might just go and do one. 20 odd minutes. So yeah, you see, we can't do that yet. So let's try and show a bit more of the game. Did I buy a modern superbike? I have a bike that's eligible. European. Italy versus Japan. Let's go Italy versus Japan. Oh, let's do a... Yeah, let's do a drag race. This might not be the best one to do with this bike. So have I already... Yeah, so you can see that there's more options here. I don't think I'm going to win this drag race. I don't think I've got enough. But you can see that there's loads of options, and it's about picking the best one, which is usually the best one's usually at the end, and then you get to wheels and stuff. And I've kind of always gone with United's colours, so black and red. But United obviously playing white. The bikes generally have white on them. Oh, sorry, white, red, black. United's colours. I thought that's what my my rider would be like. That he'd have that sort of personality that he'd try and just feed into his bike. Yeah, so the drag races, there's some different events. So drag race is one where it's just a straight line, and it's about timing your gear shifts. Not all that hard, but if you have a bike without good top speed, it's a very long way, and you won't win. So we probably won't win this because this bike's not got the greatest top speed, but it does have good acceleration, so we might get ahead, and if we just stay ahead, then we'll see how it goes. You don't really need handling; it's a straight line. So yeah, there's also track day events where there's regular people on the track on their bikes, and you have to overtake as many as possible. Very dangerous, but it gives a real sense of speed. Sometimes when you're going into corners, you're carrying so much more speed than they are. And it's good. I like those races. So yeah, there's the background character models. They're not great. There's one that looks worse than this, but then you don't really see apart from those bits, you don't really see the characters. So it actually does tell you when to shift if you leave it long enough. But obviously, it's you get into the red. So yeah, we're hammering this guy. I've only got 6 gears. So yeah, so we go through to the next one. That's kind of it for the drag races. I didn't really think this through, but at least it's a quick thing. I like the drag races. Long hold on that one then. Okay, we might actually win this. Now, I've had this happen before where the guy on the last bike, there's 3 sections to it, he's on a way better bike. Record that as well, I think. So yeah, which other ones? There's team races, which is well, like I say, you need to have a decent teammate who will not finish last, but ideally finish maybe sort of 5th or something. You win it. It totals those points with your teammates against other people and their teammates. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to show really. I've tried playing online and not had a huge amount of fun getting it. This guy's even worse. Wow. It's tempting just to pull right and see doing it. Oh, you can't! Oh, that's... I've never tried turning before. I don't think it lets you. Yeah, so there you go. I got some 9,000 reputation. That might take me to I don't know, 5th in the world or something like that. But yeah, this is Ride. I feel like I'm not the best person to judge how good this is, but I do know that it's not a bad game. The loading times are a bit too long. They don't feel as bad while I'm talking to you lot. Like I say, there's been bits early on, especially with weird difficulty, and I think part of that is, you know, like winning races but then struggling on other race types, and I think part of that is maybe being afraid to go and buy a new bike. You know, you've bought this bike, you've invested in it, you've leveled it up, by buying parts, you've increased its performance and stuff. And I did get fit. Yeah, suck it, Australia. But you don't, you know, you earn quite a lot by playing the game. You earn a lot of money. Look how many credits I got. There's an achievement for getting, or trophy, whatever, for getting over 100,000, which I got a while ago. I just wasn't buying bikes, and because I was going into something like the super bikes, and I was just using that bike until doing 5 races and getting all those, and then going into, you know, bottoming out and going to the next one and the next one and the next one, and then you've accumulated quite a lot of points. So you shouldn't be afraid to go and buy a bike. The point seems to be to go and buy as many as possible. And yeah, like I say, there's yeah. So like case in point, I think it's this one. Gold, and then struggled. And so yeah, this one is a chase, a head-to-head. Let's see, I've only got this bike, and it's got a shitty top speed, so it's that might be my problem. But yeah, we'll show a bit of this. So basically, there's another rider, and you have to try and catch them. The time you have left on the clock is how you know, that's your gold, silver, bronze. Basically, if you've got, like, I don't know what it is on this, let's say a minute left, then you get a gold. And the same way with the time trials, if you do the lap in 1 minute 45, then you get the gold 1 minute 45.1, and you're going to get a silver, even though silver's 1 minute 50 or something. They can be quite tight, the timing on those. The most I've beaten one by is about a second. So yeah, you need to work hard for those and have the best bike, which is unfortunate. Maybe sometimes, I don't know. I think, like I say, it was the one of the Kawasaki's I really liked. I loved racing with it, even though it was technically worse than the other bikes. It just felt responsive and well balanced. So I think maybe there is a difference between the bikes. There is a different feel to them. Seems to be, or for me anyway. But yeah, you could definitely tell the difference between classes. So here we go. I'm on overdrive at the minute, and then it'll take me off from there. Just snaps. Away. So I need a minute left. I've not caught him. I don't think I will in time. Yes! And then you need to land it. But you don't have to. You don't have to stay on the track. I did it before by I crashed, but I ploughed into the back of the guy that I was chasing. Took him out, and then I went flying off as well, and he didn't get on his bike quick enough, and so I won. I got gold. It was brilliant. Effective. You kill the guy, and then just, you know, take a step further forward, and you'll win it. So there you go. As you can see, I'm now the best at this. I've clearly improved. I've clearly learned from the game. I've clearly improved because I wasn't, you know, I was struggling to get a silver on that. So I've got better at the game. That's good. Real progress. So yeah, that's Ride. I quite like it, but I don't, like I say, not being into racing games and not really knowing anything about motorbikes, I don't know some of the higher level stuff with it. I don't know if I'm right to be. I think I'm right to be enjoying it. That's a stupid thing to say, but I don't know if I'm missing stuff and it's actually a better game than I think it is, or it's, you know, the higher level stuff isn't quite as good. I'm ignorant to that, so I apologise, but so be it. Okay, yeah, but we're going to do this. So yeah, you can see I'm nearly, I was going to say nearly at the end. There's loads and loads of races. You'll get to number 1 in the world before you finish everything. But yeah, see, like Imola, I don't know if that's a real place. Magna Cors, I've heard of. Kanto, I really like Kanto. I think it's a really nice place. Milan's a city one. Like I say, there's an American one that I think is Miami. And where else? Donington. Yeah, that's the one. There's flats, obviously, and a few others. So, yeah. It's, if you are reaching for a new motorbike game, one that has, like I say, it's got a lot of content to it. This isn't too bad. I quite like it. The load times, I keep mentioning them, and I feel bad that I keep mentioning them, but yeah, when I've been playing the game, it's particularly early on when I was struggling with the game, I sort of found, you know, when I was having to restart or redo, you know, I'd messed up, I was finishing 4th, getting bronze, something like that. Having to then sit through another load time to get back into the game, it wasn't great. As I've got better at the game, they've mattered less because I'm loading the race and then I'm winning it, so they said, okay, well the next time I'm going to see the load screen is when I'm going to the next race. But yeah, seems good, seems decent. It's coming out on the Xboxes soon. Yeah, I don't know what else, anything else people need to know, but I have my reservations with the PS4 controller initially. I felt like the sticks were a bit too light, like not enough resistance to them. I've got, and maybe that's still true, but I've got better with it. And the triggers, like the analog works on them, which maybe again sounds a bit stupid, but yeah, it's I like I say, I've got better at not just hammering the brakes, because like I say, I was leaving the ground, and then obviously you're flying past the corner. So I've got better with that, and accelerating on the corner by sort of scaling it up. And again, if you get into high-powered bikes, you will lose control if you just all of a sudden accelerate out of a corner. You'll wheelie and lose control. You do that by sort of easing up and then gunning it. You'll be much better off. And things like that is stuff that I've learned by playing it. But there's no tutorials. There's nothing. There's a bit of speech sometimes if it's like the first time you've ridden on the super bike thing. You just get super bikes and blah 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 sort of speech, which reminds me again of like Dirt or something like that. But maybe that's just because that's like the only other racer game I've spent any sort of proper time with, apart from the MotoGP games, which this is very similar to. Although I think I preferred the MotoGP game that I played. But yeah. So yeah, like the video if you like the video. See, I've got a few bikes there. Yeah, what the fuck? See what I mean? They're all supposed to be like that, and then that one's. So it's missing the JPEG, isn't it? It's missing the small JPEG. Yeah. So like the video if you like the video. I'm going to be working on a review in about like an hour after I've played a bit more. Get to #1 in the world, and then try a bit more with the online, and then do the review. So the review will probably be up before this video, and yeah, but come and visit us at bitparade.co.uk if you want, and like the video if you like the video. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this was in some way informative and the at least sort of coherent, and yeah, and that my driving or riding wasn't too bad. But yeah, thanks for watching.